Good afternoon, everybody. Today's message is once in a while we need to be grateful with what we have. So, ladies and gentlemen, today's video is about gratitude. I just finished my school year, and by finishing the school year, I just finished 10 months of it's like a big project. And I come here and I'm taking some time to relax and think about what has happened in the last few months. When I was thinking, how can I review what I've done and how can I be grateful? Well, let's see how I can break that down. So, first of all, it's important to be grateful because being grateful brings some positivity into our lives and to see and reflect how lucky we are about different aspects of life. So, first thing I'm going to look into is about people, and I'm grateful with the people that are around me. First of all, my kids. I love my kids, and I'm very lucky to have them. The way they are, the way they bring in my life, and my life would not be the same without them. There's also my community where I live, my neighbors, people I can help, people that help me, people I help as well to, for example, I like to mow the lawn to my neighbors that have sometimes not have a chance to do so. Other people I'm grateful would be my co-workers. Co-workers are great people. I'd say that sometimes they don't quite understand my sense of humor, and in some ways that makes it funny for me. But that's part of personality. And also, I would have to be grateful with the students I have had in the last year. Great people, great individuals, with all kind of strengths and all kind of goals and things they want to do. So I'm quite grateful with them. Next thing I can be grateful would be the place. About place, for example, where I live. I have a great house. It's a small house. I rent it, don't own it, but you know what? It's a great place to be. I live in a great city, great country, and I'm quite lucky to be here. Yeah, sometimes things can be expensive, and yes, I have to make choices about what I can afford, what I want to do. However, in the big scheme of things, I'm quite happy to be where I am. With respect to work, well, I work in a school, and the building is a bit older, but it brings some history and some charisma. And we're trying to paint it a little bit more, and I'm sure that in some ways the community makes a big difference, and that's something to keep in mind. Another thing to be grateful about would be, let me see, what I do and my projects. With respect to my projects, there is that YouTube channel that I'm communicating this message today. There's also the projects of wanting my kids to be better than they think they could be, and that's with its challenge, but I think it's a beautiful thing. Other projects I have is I want to work on my goal setting, and also how to prepare my next school year. I'm going to be teaching science again in grade 9 and 10, and I will be teaching French again, so I'm going to be working at setting this up. And that brings me to different programs that I teach at my school, and I teach for the French immersion program, and I do think it's a great program. Room for improvement, like in any things we do. However, I'm quite happy so far with what we're doing. I even brought home some novels for the winter. Some English teachers told me that there's a few books that is lacking to my overall culture. So I'm much more accustomed to work with the French literature, and therefore I'm going to be doing some English lit. And they've shared with me 2 books, and I'm not sponsored by any of those. There's Wuthering Heights, and I always think of weather for Wuthering Heights, but that's not quite the same. And they said the beginning is challenging. We'll see what happens. And there's also it's called let's see, it's called the Catcher in the Ride. I think that's how it is. Apparently everybody reads it in high school, and I haven't. So that's something I'm going to be reading over the summer. I'm going to also be reading some books on leadership, and I'd like to look at my notebooks because I like to take notes, and I'm going to find new topics for this channel. I was looking at how to improve the program, and one of the projects, and I've been working with Evan Carmichael and getting ideas, and one of them is how can I bring variety in my channel. And he said one thing that I could do is think about series. So for example, different times of the week, different days of the week, I would have different topics to bring forth my interest, and then have the following on YouTube, and then you can pick the series or the topics you're looking for, the leadership or learning or such. And I think it's a great idea. I also want to do my studio downstairs at home so that I can do videos indoor. It was raining earlier. Now it's we're between two showers, so I thought it was a good idea to do video right now. First time I tried it in my car like this, and I think I like it. And I need to get a tripod. I think a tripod would allow us to have a video screen that doesn't shake as much. Another thing to be grateful for, the profession. If you think of professions, I've had a few professions in my times, and I was trained as a geologist, and I love to do mineral exploration, and I was looking for gold in eastern Canada, and I'd say that it was probably the best job in the world. As a geologist, I could work outside, I could write reports, so writing is a great thing. I was able to meet people from all kind of backgrounds and all kind of areas. I was looking for gold, so it was a treasure hunt, and that's something that I miss about geology, is the idea of to treasure hunt, to find something, the jewel in our environment. And I'm sure I'll have a chance to talk about geology again. Tomorrow is Saturday, and I saw a few signs for yard sales, so I think I'm gonna go and see if I can find some treasures in the yard sale. So that's something I think that would be fun. With respect to profession, I'm a teacher. As I mentioned in previous videos, I teach in a high school, and I have to say that the profession is a great profession. I have to say that I'm an introvert, so to talk in front of a class is a learned skill. I have to be truthful to you, and usually before Labor Day, or which is the weekend before the first day of class, I rarely sleep very well. It's always stressful for me, but you know what? After I meet students, we're all there to grow and learn together, so at the end it works out nicely. But it's still something that I'm working for. Profession-wise, teachers are great people. They like to try different things, and some people, sometimes they are happy to be with the 1, 2, or 3 teenagers in the house, and we're spending days with tens and hundreds of them. And so it takes some skills, and it takes some passion for the topics that we're teaching, but also for the environment to be with young people. So I'm happy and grateful for that. And what else can I be grateful? And the next thing will be planning for the future. Okay, so for planning for the future, that brings me to the summer. And some people sometimes say, oh, as a teacher you've got 2 months off and blah blah blah. Oh, that's true, but for the last 10 months I've been working between I'd say about on average 55 hours a week, and it's taken a toll on me, and it's going to take probably a week for me to recoup. My plan is to go to bed at 9:30 tonight so that I can rest, even though I have to edit this video and post it before midnight, so we'll see what happens. The next thing is I'm going to go and see my family. Family lives about 800 kilometers away from here, so we're going to go for a couple weeks for a trip and see some family members, cousins, aunts and uncles, and so on, so that'll be fun. Next plan will be how to I'm going to work with a business that I'm working with, which is a part for which this YouTube channel is part of, trying to grow this channel, and also how we can bring value to you as viewers, but also as human beings in our society. Because at the end of the day, we all want to progress. We want to have the right mindset to go beyond what we are. We want to, because we're more than what we do. If you watch a few videos that I've done in the last few weeks, and I think I can do more, and that is something that we're working on together. Other future plans, I'm thinking of August right now. We'll be trying to work on working with my health again. My goal is still to try to lose a couple pounds before, as we go through the summer. And I'm quite grateful for the summer right now, because that frees up about 10 to 11 hours a day. And so I'm going to fill this up with all kind of activities, so that at the end of every week, I'll be happy with the progress I've done. The next thing I would like to try the project for the weekend is set up an agenda page, and I'll see if I can post it in the weeks to come, an agenda page, so I can organize my goals and my days to maximize the time I have. And this week I set up my Instagram account and a Twitter account, and I'm going to decide how and what I want to do with those, and I'm going to put the link under the videos, if it's not, probably tomorrow. Yep, so that I can, if you want to, so I can find a way to play with that as well. And that's part of the summer, so I can try new projects, new things, new adventure. And for the homework tonight, that's good. It's important. Even if school is over, homework is always a good way to think about what to think and go beyond. What I'd like you to do is write 3 things you're grateful about. Something about someone you're grateful for, something about your work you're grateful for, and something where a project that once you get achieved, you'll be grateful for as well. So on this, have a wonderful evening. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.